Hey movie lovers, or should I say Disney lovers, because I know you clicked on this video for a reason. I'm your host Joss and welcome back to Top 10 Beyond the Screen. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and follow us on our social media pages, they are linked down below. Also, if you hang out with me until the end of this video, you can join in on some fun when I respond to some of your comments. The Disney gods answered our prayers and just released the new Toy Story 4 movie. Yes, the toy box has reopened 9 years later. It is no secret that Disney Pixar likes to hide Easter eggs in their movies in hopes that we will notice, but also in hopes that we won't. I'm going to expose some of their hidden gems in today's list, so here is your official warning. Spoiler alert. With that being said, let's get started with today's video, Top 10 Easter eggs you missed in Toy Story 4. Starting off our list at number 10 is Dynaco Gas. A real Toy Story fan could never forget that Buzz and Woody got stranded at a gas station in the first movie. The Dynaco gas station is the place where Andy's family car stops for some gasoline on their way to Pizza Planet. That is where Woody and Buzz get stranded as a result of their previous argument. You know, the one where Woody pushes Buzz out the window? The gas station appears 3 times in the first movie. Once more when a Pizza Planet truck stops by the station, and another time when a Dynaco tanker truck stops at the station as well. It would only make sense that this would be the gas station that found its way into Toy Story 4, right? Turns out you get a glimpse of the gas station sign when Bonnie's family stops for gas on their road trip, and sure enough, it is the same Dynaco sign from the original movie. The legendary gas station lives on. At number 9 is the Eggman Moving Company. This is an Easter egg that goes back to Toy Story and Toy Story 2. The company is the moving company that helps move all the stuff from Andy's house to their new house. You can remember the orange and white truck that had their company logo and slogan saying "Moving the most coast to coast." This truck was significant to the movie because that is the truck that takes the toys away, and we see Woody and Buzz finally come together in one heroic scene. No one could ever forget the legendary moment where they are hanging off the back of the truck hand in hand. However, it actually has more meaning than just being a connection to the previous films. Turns out the Eggman Moving Company was originally based on Pixar production designer Ralph Eggleston. His login at Pixar is actually the Eggman. You can spot this moving truck once again in Toy Story 4. We actually can get a quick glimpse of it parked outside of the antique shop. Sliding into the number 8 spot is the Up painting. In the new movie, we get introduced to an antique shop which apparently is filled with hidden Easter eggs if you take the time to actually investigate. But one thing that stood out was a painting that was hanging in the shop. The painting is a picture of an older man playing poker with 4 dogs, which is actually a spin-off of several different popular paintings that exist in real life. However, it wasn't just meant to be a replicate of the famous painting. If you actually look closely, you will notice that the poker players are Charles Muntz and his dogs from the Pixar movie Up. Taking over the number 7 spot is Tri-County RV. In Toy Story 4, we see Bonnie's family travel in a Tri-County RV. This would only stick out to you if you caught onto the hidden Easter eggs in the previous Toy Story movies. We never actually find out where the Toy Story movies take place because it's actually never named, but there are references throughout the different movies that it is in the Tri-County area. In Toy Story 2, we see that the airport is named Tri-County International Airport, and then in Toy Story 3, we see a sign that says Tri-County Landfill, which is the dump that all the toys are being taken to. So if you caught onto the Tri-County written on the back of Bonnie's RV in this movie, it just indicates that the movies and place are all in fact connected and in the same location, but you would have had to pay very close attention to catch onto it. And at number 6 is Toy Story Mania. We see a lot of different things going down in the carnival scenes when Bonnie and her family wind up at the carnival. But one thing that was hidden in plain sight was the different Toy Story attractions and games that we see. Turns out they are actually replicas from the Toy Story Mania attractions at Disneyland and Walt Disney World. Toy Story Mania is an interactive 4D park attraction that lets people interact and game with Toy Story characters. In this movie, we see red and white circular targets on the games being played, which are actually the same ones from the theme park attractions. It was just a clever way to tie in their theme park somehow into the movies. It's almost like Bonnie was at Disneyland with the actual Buzz and Woody, which is kind of mind-blowing. Halfway through the list at number 5 is the bottle cap. Sorry to ruin the movie for you, but in Toy Story 4 we do see Woody finally reunite with Bo Peep, and of course she has her sheep too. In this one scene, her sheep are bringing her different items that they find and they think that they can use. One of these items was a hidden Easter egg and might have caught your attention if you are a fan of the Pixar movie Up. The item is the grape soda cap. The cap was actually from the Up movie and was the cap that Ellie pinned on Carl's shirt. The pin was important in that movie because Carl ends up giving it to Russell at the end of the movie as a token of appreciation and friendship. However, in this new Toy Story movie, Bo Peep could care less about it, but it was still a fun little Easter egg. Here we are at number 4 with PJ's Pop. The big antique shop we see in the movie is called Second Chance Antiques. It's been reported to be an Easter egg goldmine. It is a place where Forky gets stuck and most of the movie takes place in there, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, keep your eyes open inside that shop. Turns out if you look close enough, you will see several vintage signs that say PJ's Pop. This will ring a bell for anyone who watched A Bug's Life because the same sign appeared on the wall of the bar in that movie. PJ is the name of the Toy Story director's son, so the PJ Pop name is also a reference to the director himself. Alright guys, at number 3 is Open the Pod Bay Doors. This one is a more difficult one to catch on to because not everyone would catch on to the clever little reference. You know how Buzz has recorded phrases you can hear them when you press the buttons on his chest? Well, in Toy Story 4, one of the recordings is him saying, "Open the pod bay doors." Hearing it, you wouldn't really get what it means since it has nothing to do with the actual movie, but apparently it is a hidden Easter egg and a reference to a totally different movie. It's actually a famous line from Stanley Kubrick's sci-fi film called 2001: A Space Odyssey. It's actually a very iconic moment in movie history, but you would only catch on to this Easter egg if you've seen the 1968 movie, which we can assume that most children have not. In the number 2 spot is Woody pretends to be a Mickey Mouse phone. There's a sentence I never thought I would say. This is another Easter egg that would go way over a kid's head, but anyone who's around 35 years or older will get a chuckle out of it. There is a moment in the movie when Woody pretends to be a phone in the antique store. Woody strikes the pose with him holding the receiver of an old touch-tone phone. The pose is significant because it's meant to look like the classic Mickey Mouse phone that was an iconic phone in many homes during the 1970s and 1980s. It fit perfectly in with the antique shop, seeing as that is the only place that you would actually find one of these phones nowadays. Taking our number 1 spot is the Pixar address. I was first shocked to hear that they would even put this in the movie, but even more shocked that they would admit it to the world and dispose what was supposed to be a hidden Easter egg. This antique shop I keep talking about shows its address in the movie, which is the street number 1200. Apparently this wasn't just a random selection, it is actually the address of Pixar Animation Studios headquarters. Yes, their address is, and they announced this, 1200 Park Avenue in Emeryville, California. I guess a simple Google search would provide this information, but it is still a clever way of tying in the studio with the movie. Alright guys, there's our list for today. Let me know if you caught on to any of these and fill me in on the ones that I missed. Also give the video a thumbs up button if you are a Toy Story fan. Where are my 90s babies at? In the meantime, let's check out some comments from some of my other videos. Sweet Froggy says, Angus T. Jones has a fabulous beard. It's literally so majestic. Not gonna lie to you, calling a beard majestic just sounds a little creepy. Lori Eakin says, I would love to see a Shining continuance story where Danny goes back as an adult. Girl, the sequel trailer just dropped. It is called Dr. Sleep. I actually did a video on it, so if you check out our page, you can find it. Slash Steven says, I don't like free money. Why? I mean, once in a while, free money isn't so bad. Nicole Frutel says, hey Joss, I am a big Stephen King fan. I'm going to read the book again before the movie. Hope it lives up to it. I mean, I won't be reading the book because I'm lazy, but I do love Stephen King too, and I am pumped for the movie. Alright guys, that's all I got. If you want to keep watching more Beyond the Screen videos, simply just stay on the screen. Seriously, that's all. We do all the work for you. I'm your host Joss, and I will see you next time.